So hey, so this is just a theory of what, according to my research across last 5 years, I feel how we came into existence according to Hindu mythology. So this is just a theory according to me, what I have studied across texts. Okay, so sorry if I hurt any sentiments, but yeah, you can just listen it for fun. So see, let me start with this shlok. Vishnu Rupaya Shivaya Shiva Rupaya Vishnave. So there are two primordial gods according to Hinduism. Shri Hari Narayan and Shiv Shankar Shambhu. Right? So we always notice that when Shri Hari is lying, suppose like this, sorry for the bad ride. We notice that Brahma arises from his navel, right? So let us assume that Narayan is equal to space, right? Okay. And Shiv Shankar Shambhu or Mahadev, we also call him as Mahakal, means time. So let us assume him as time, Shiv as eternal time. Shiv Puran, see according to Shiv Puran, it says that Mahadev was sitting in Kailash and he rubbed Amrit on his foot and then Shri Hari came out, right? But according to Vishnu Puran, these are contradictory. Shri Hari is always there, and from him Mahadev arrived, means he came out from Brahma's head. Rudra. We should not confuse Shiv with Rudra, but that is a typical interpretation. So as we assume this, okay, so not considering the Big Bang or anything, as I feel, okay, this might be wrong, but what's wrong to assume now? So time and space from eternal time, from eternity, are going parallel to each other, right? Let's assume they are going parallel. And listen carefully. Somehow there is a warping of time and space. See, there's a warping of time and space. Simply, let us take this plane, okay, time, space. There's a warping here, suppose, okay. Let us, this is basically gravity, according to Einstein, is a warping of space and time, right? So, and gravity is a type of energy. So we can assume that due to the warping of space and time, and gravity was created, and gravity is a type of energy, and energy is Shakti. So can you understand? Shiv, Vishnu, time, space, warp, from it means at a particular point in time or particular point of eternity, and then Shakti is created, and Shakti is the creativity of the world according to the scriptures. Means it is usually said that Shiv is just time and Shakti is the nature who gives time a purpose. So according to this theory, we can safely assume that Shakti is the reason why these dormant entities, time and space, they brought about this existence. I hope you are connecting with me. And see something interesting. Let us assume from infinity both time and space are going, right? Then there's a warping. For a particular period of time, this world is there. So according to Hinduism, there are yugas, mahayugas. That means suppose this yuga we are there, it will get demolished. Then again there will be warping of space and time, due to which again there will be destruction, creation, creation. So starting from a mahayuga means there is first nothing, there's infinity. First time warping happens. Then suddenly pralaya happens. Pralaya is the great deluge or the end. And again they go eternity. Then again there is a warping like this, like this, like this, like this to a particular point in time. Let's assume infinity. So this warping, if you have known, can you relate this diagram? Let us assume Shakti. From here, Shakti. What's the diagram? You know, Kundalini energy. This, everything might be wrong, may be wrong, but this is Shiv or Pingala. This is Hari, Vishnu or Narayan, and this is Shakti as the chakras in our body. I feel creation started in this way, and I think science also accepts this. Space-time warping, gravity created and gravity brought us to existence. Jai Shri Hari, Jai Mahakal, Jai Mahakali.